Hey, it's Cliff and Cliff here, and right now we're about to show you how to build a structural header for a window opening in a load-bearing wall situation. Please let us know how you like it and if we were able to help you.
2x8 header in here, but a 2x8 by itself is not going to be strong enough to carry a span like that. So once we get it in, we'll put a center post in the middle here for for each window unit to go in between on both sides of that. And also we'll carry from here, from this plate here to the floor. That way we got solid foundation there to hold up the upper floor.
Okay.
How thick, how wide our header is going to be.
1 second. So, step back from the beginning. Right now we're trying to frame up the rough opening for these windows, right?
Right.
So step number one is we know we're using a 2x8 header, right?
Correct.
And so you just went ahead and marked that.
Right.
And so what he means by marking it. So the 2x8 is going to come down to this point here. And then what?
And the reason why we marked that, because we were trying to decide if we wanted to just take this top plate out here and go up higher with our header. But as we know, so if we mark it here where the top of our window is, and then the bottom window stopping right here, right? So I'm fine with the window being right here, so I can see it's above my head. I can see out. If the header would have been down here, we would have had to move this up so we could have clearance to see out of our window. Just because you don't want to block the view of the people that's going to be in this house eventually. So
Yeah.
we're good with putting it up here and putting that window here at this height here, because it's still got a good clearance on it. So that's why we're doing these preliminary marks just to see if we were going to look good or not.
Okay, so we just measured this opening here, 7 foot 1/8. I'm gonna cut. We're gonna be using these 2x4s here, 2x8s here, and I got 7 foot 1/8. So I'm gonna cut 2 of these to make our header. But you're gonna see these markings here, and what I did was I found kind of our crown. This board really doesn't have a crown in it, so I just kind of choose this side, but most boards will have a crown. So I'm gonna cut this down to 7 foot 1/8, 2 of them, and I'll show you the header build here in a second. So the header build for this, we got 2 2x8s with 7/16" plywood in between. Usually you cut this about half an inch shorter than the
1 inch.
1 inch.
1/4 inch each on each side of it.
All right, so we got that sandwiched in between, and now we got to line this up here, and we're gonna nail these boards together so that they become one. This is a solid unit, structural header. Show you the final product here in a second. The next step is nailing these together, and we put
Hey, it's Dwight Cliff Jr. here, one half of Cliff and Cliff, and of course I'm gonna let you finish the video that you're watching. But first I want to extend a special offer to you for watching our videos. Now, in order to grow a profitable contracting business, you need the right tools, right? Right. And that's exactly why we created the Productivity Pack. 100 plus powerful tools and resources to simplify and amplify your contracting business. Now, each year, hundreds of contractors go out of business or they simply give up from a simple lack of knowledge. And that's exactly what we're trying to prevent. We've been inquired about what tools, what resources, what apps, what software have we used to grow ourselves and our business. And we never had an answer, but now we finally do. We put together this here, and right now we're offering 25% off to the first 10 people to use the discount code that's in the video description below. It's also going to be somewhere on this video. Go to www.cliffandcliff.com, go to the contractor tools. You're going to see this here, use the discount code, and yeah, back to the video.
a row of 3 nails every 16 inches. So 16 from the end, 3 nails, 16, 16, 16. So every 16 inches, we get a row of 3 nails. And then I'm gonna flip this over on the back side and put 3 nails in between. I'm gonna flip this over and show you. So this is the finished structural header here. Using a 2x8, 16 in between. And so I showed you the other side where I placed them every 16 inches. And then what I did was I made a mark in between all of these, in between the 16 inches. I flipped it over, then I always put 3 nails in the end and measure. You ain't got to measure on this side, that's the other side, but then you just go in between a row of 3 nails all the way down. I'm about to get that set in there. And now we're going to position the structural header into place. And the cool thing about what we're doing here that you can see is we're going to use these 2x4 jacks. These are going to stay permanent. We're actually going to nail these in place, but we didn't put the header and nail it in and then measure up to the header for our jack measurements. We're actually going to use our jacks to position this header where it needs to be at and level that structure out right there. Because if you, maybe you couldn't see it on camera, but there was a slight bow in that board right above where that structural header is now. But with that header in, it's going to push it all back up into place and make it nice and level. And so that's just one of the tricks of the trade here. There's always multiple ways to skin a cat. We could have jacked the house up right there where it is, because that second floor, we could have jacked that second floor up and then tried to put the header in, and it would have worked out. But that's a more time consuming. Time is money. Time is always money. So this is the best way to do it. You're going to see that we're going to get the structural header nice and level, and on to the next step. Can you grab that? Let's see that 4-foot level real quick. This is, and this is exactly what we would like to see here, nice and level across the header. Time to move on. And so the structural header is in, and it's about, this opening is about 95% complete. You can see we got our mid supports in there as well. Right now we're taking our 4-foot level and getting a level line all the way across the opening, because we need to frame up for our window opening. Right now the opening height right now is about 60 inches. We need 54 inches roof opening for our window to fit in there. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're framing. We got that measurement from the bottom of our header. We measured down 54 inches for our bottom plate. We're going to put our bottom plate in there and get some cripples in there as well to help support that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Where we're all about helping contractors simplify their businesses, amplify their profits, and working smarter, not harder. Thank you for watching. Cliff and Cliff.